And just so you're aware, I went ahead and went live.
Just cancel the meeting.
If you cancel all of them, then you have to have some regulation you have to.
How you doing? Well, how are you?
So you say we can do it something. You could, 300 even,
Yes.
maybe 300 even.
Yeah, something like that. You should probably be on some.
Okay, so Michaela just drove up here.
Yeah. So how we gonna work it?
Discharge itself. You go to the doctor.
Just say
It's idiot.
we handle the prices, we're going to talk about this, it should have just come in. Shouldn't say, well, we got the price.
It's low. I guess that's all the whole we died.
Could like, district one, be the bank, so
Green Joe? We'll call the meeting on, please. We'll do a roll call to determine the quorum. Alderman Burley. Here. Fuller.
Here.
Alderman Hill is absent. Alderman Smith.
Here.
And Alderman Blake.
Here.
You have a quorum? All right. We'll, Brother Bill Burley, can you, give a vindication?
Let us pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, again that we come before you this afternoon with thanksgiving in our heart. We come in the name of Jesus, Lord, thank you right now for all the many blessings that you stored upon us. We thank you, Lord, for allowing this board to assemble themselves with their visitors. That we take care of business for this town, this community. We ask you to give us clarity and understanding of your word. Then, Heavenly Father, we met some of our board member, Brother Richard Hale. We ask you, Lord, to continue to heal his body. In the name of Jesus, we do pray, and every heart says, amen.
Amen.
All right. Let's go ahead and, approval of the agenda. The routine agenda, order adjustments, board minutes, claims, docket, and monthly transfer.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Uh-huh.
Ayes have it. All right, we have, Supervisor Devin Kent and Pete Johnson. And engineer
Matt Brown.
They're here to give us an update and pricing on Annex Road over there on the ditch and the pavement.
You go here. So some of this is a continuation of the information I gave y'all last time, and then there's some of it that's new. So I know when we talked about it last time, we had talked about the culvert replacement. Dylan kind of hit on that a little bit, and then we had a price together for doing some paving improvements there in front of the school. And there was a interest expressed of, taking it the rest of the way out to Old Highway 57 and, paving the road in its entirety. So if these handed out, they're on the membership.
I know one question. Do the project. I know we're gonna do the project. Like after you passing, go across the creek, 457. And it's leaving the mine. If you're leaving on its own. As soon as you pass the creek out there, the road there was pretty good there. Why did it just hit because of the, it's hard to get by a school bus down there.
So it does seem like there was one spot where my guy was measuring, I think around 18 feet wide. I figured everything on 20 feet, and what we'll do is get it as wide as we can get it.
Well, the rest of it's all right. It's just
Yeah,
that one
yeah.
little
There's
strip.
one little strip through there that's 18, the rest of it's measuring free consistent 20 feet.
So this is already doing 20 feet.
Yes, yes, yes. So, all my figures are based on a consistent 20-foot width. Always.
So we gotta be free with it. No, that's about that.
And just, I guess to start off, well, I guess we can start with the pipe. The pipe will be the first thing we replace. If you look, that's the packet that looks like this with our logo there on the front. So we got quotes back for the installation of the pipe. Property improvement specialist was the lowest quote at $28,100. And that's the installation, the material, when I say material, crushed stone, riprap, filter fabric, stuff like that. The county already had the pipe on hand that was left over from another project. So you see the cost of that pipe down below there that we're going to be using on the project. So the way I broke it down, that gives a project total of $47,719 under the Pat Harrison Waterway District program. You submit your expenses and they'll reimburse you half. So going by that, the Pat Harrison share should be $23,859.50. So that should leave, the county on the hook for $23,859.50. So that would be the, total out of pocket cost for the county and more town to complete that project. Oh,
Anybody got this? You call me back.
On behalf of the board, with this installation, will it rectify the flooding?
it's not there. That road is so low through there. I don't know that you could ever completely rectify the flooding. This will definitely help improve the flow through there, as well as, get rid of some deteriorating pipes and make it safer. Right now, there's not much of a shoulder. There's steel head walls sweeping up that, if somebody happened to be walking through there, could injure themselves, somebody hit it with a car. So, it would definitely safeten the situation and it would help.
I don't think we want to afford.
But I was just curious,
Honestly, I think you'd have to raise that whole road 2 or 3 feet to ever fix the flood.
but it definitely will improve.
Oh,
The only time flooding occurs is when the river's up and it has nowhere to go.
that's right. That's right.
So that's nothing but a low line ditch.
Yes, Paul, it is.
Now, my question is, how can we go about this? I know I'm willing now to issue purchase order, but, I guess that's $28,100 for any work. Or, I'm just trying to think how we can all participate and do it legally and right and,
We need to please have an intellectual office left out.
No, we don't really need it. So it doesn't ever look great if
we already have them in place. Well, I would think, and Matt may speak to this, he said on the Mark County, the county's doing up similar projects and see if things get back at projects in place for their portion, whatever we agree on. Are you comfortable moving ahead with this right now?
county could just need a clearing house and would reimburse.
Right.
Yeah. County or program share.
Right.
Is this under the same agreement we talked about last year about splitting 3 ways on this project, which was $8,000 a piece? District 1, District 2, and us. Cause it was $8,000 equals up to $79.53,
Yeah, that's all.
17 cents. What we talked about last year.
I think that was based off estimate. but
Right.
Yeah.
Bids at the end.
Consider the bid, then I mean, if you split the 23,
It's still $7,153.
Yeah,
right.
I think you split it 3 ways, you still pretty close.
So,
If that's what we're still doing, that's why I'm
yeah,
asking.
that's good. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Make a motion.
Okay.
I'll make a motion, we go.
Okay, if not, I know you already.
I think we issue a purchase order later this evening.
Yeah, I mean, Ty's been hitting me up about the purchase for, and I told him we had to come here and talk to y'all first.
Well, I know it's dry, but what it is, if you get over the rain, it can so wet.
That's
You're
right. That's right.
I expect you to probably work on
Yeah, I think Mike should be in by Christmas.
Yeah. Right now, it's dry.
You got a motion.
Yes, ma'am, we have a motion on the floor. To move forward with the corporate question.
I second.
Okay, all in favor? Okay.
All right. Got that one behind us. All right, so next, if you'll look at the other sheet I gave you here, this is the paving repairs. Now what I did, I kind of left since we were looking at adding that additional portion. If you look at the first sheet here, that kind of summarizes what we talked about last time. Paving in front of the school, turn lanes, a bus lane for, them to be able to stage out and turn into the school, paving the drop-off area in the back going up to the school, just several improvements. If you flip to the second page, you can kind of see a colored image there that kind of shows the areas of work. So
Now, does this first estimate, is that, including the blue?
yes, yeah,
And
it's the red and the blue.
My understanding, we've had some conversations with the school, and it's worked similar way with the city, so like, whatever those asphalt tickets are on the back, we can display to the school, and they'll reimburse the county
Okay.
for that. So
Right.
we've had conversations with the school.
But y'all don't know an estimate on how much
No.
that school portion?
I would have to break it down. I think I've got the numbers. I could break it down, but I just break it down about that.
Yeah, we get it done. Or we're at to fit in with it, initially, and get money back. The town. Or is that part of,
What do you mean?
behind the school there?
I think you would handle this the same way.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
school would pay that.
Yeah, I think we'd have the same way, we'd be the main entity doing all the purchasing, and then submit for y'all's portion, pay back to the county. So then school, whatever, and we submit, let Tyson submit the same to the school, and the school pays back.
Now, do we, well, I guess I'm getting ahead of you.
So one thing that's important to note on these payment numbers. So these are all based off of our current term bid, which expires December 31st. So we've actually got authority to advertise for a new term bid. We're all hopeful that the prices are similar in nature when we get the new term bid. But just so y'all know, that is subject to change, as we get it. If we don't like the numbers, we don't have to use it, but, just, I guess I'm saying, don't expect this to be down to the penny the same thing because the numbers are going to change after the first. So we got that. That's the school portion. I have to put a fuel adjustment on there because I don't know what it will be until they actually do the work. The last ones that we've done, the fuel adjustment's been minimal. So it's actually been closer to the subtotal number, not to the total at the bottom. So in this instance, it would be, 128,000 instead of 132. So if you flip over to the very back page, so this is everything, where the red ends on Annex Road out here, all the way to Old 57. So that gets the remainder of the road paved at 20 feet wide, the whole. Now, there might be some areas we can't get 20 feet wide. We can only pave what we've got room there to pave. And, if there's areas where it might be 19, but, figuring it on 20 foot is kind of worst case scenario. But you can see there, that road's in pretty bad shape. It's going to require a bunch of leveling to fix it the way we would recommend fixing it. Me and Dylan were talking earlier. You could take some of the leveling off. You might not have as good a finished product surface wise. It might be rougher. It might not. It might have areas that would be prone to failure more quickly. But this right here would be our recommendation on getting that road paved where it's good to go 15, 20 years.
So for round number math, if we was to decide to do this, it's $300,000.
Right?
Everything.
How about behind the school hall?
No, that's probably what all of us, District 1, 2, and 3 would be on the good part.
The total project cost, yeah.
This is an opinion of probably the cost here. And like Matt says, term bids make change, and make them save a little money here, save a little money there. By the time the tickets are pulled out in the schools, I would expect we all make it come up to $1,000, just for the sake of conversation today.
Yeah, if we don't do road cuttings, road work, that we need to do, but I could ask on that. Is there any aspect of doing chip and seal, a double chip and seal, one time that build the road bed, that aspect, I'm just saying important call. Man,
I mean,
Also where it's there is gonna be your biggest thing. You're not gonna have the breathability of a roof. So that's what.
I'll say this too. We put it out for advertising last year to request term bid, somebody bid, term bid for chip and seal. Nobody did.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted.
it's a limited amount of contractors doing that work. We got, I guess, my 2 or 3 comments on it. You know, number one, as James was saying, that road's in terrible shape. And if you go out there and just chip and seal it without, you know, doing prep work, you know, yeah, you're going to seal the holes and you're probably going to stop further damage, but it's still going to ride just like it rides now. It's chip and seal, you know, don't improve any ride quality aspects.
I'd rather have the compacts.
Oh yeah.
Asphalt.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If there's any, you know.
Oh yeah.
More
Well, what are y'all's, I guess, plans, even starting at like when, besides the school part, were y'all gonna split it District 1 and 2 still, or no?
I was hoping y'all was gonna pitch in big time.
Oh, well, yeah, but,
I'll just say it. I'm willing 100,000.
Are you talking about us paying for the whole thing and y'all give it back? That's what you're saying?
well, yes, but I didn't know if there was still gonna be, like, proportion wise, is it gonna be District 1, District 2, or is it county, city, just split two ways if we did it that way? Just
However we want to do
what, so y'all didn't really have
it.
us?
However we want to do it.
I want you to do all of
We really want the city to do all of it. Y'all straight. But we're here willing to help because our constituents go to that school and that road needs. You know what I'm saying? We're here, we want to help.
You're looking at what you wanted to save and spend is 150,000 for a mile for this year.
Mhm.
This would absorb all of it. So if we put 150 towards it, and then if they can split the remainder, they're only spending 75 each.
I'm good with that.
That's what we was wanting to spend on getting a mile of road done this year.
Yeah.
So that's up to the board, but that's what I was looking at in numbers wise.
Yeah, and that can change. By the time
It could be a little higher, it could be a little lower.
Yeah, we might get some really, really good prices in term bids when we send it back in. You never know, it's a crapshoot. Hey, we may take it from 20 foot to 19 and say, well, I mean, there's ways to work.
But that's including though the school portion though. But they're not.
He's estimating 300 grand.
Yeah, it's 330 all in if you add my 2 numbers up, and I'll agree with Dylan. I think 30 grand probably
We'll take the school portion out.
Yeah, so it'd be around 300.
Okay.
So that's what I was working on, another 3 grand, 300,000.
Humps. What's your name?
If they take care of the paving center line,
Pam?
then that'd be all right with our whole.
Pull it down,
Yeah.
They might eventually behave.
Yeah, just a
Stay
minute.
up, start off on the, so. Put it in basically.
Yeah. Yep, and I fully expect this gonna be on into the spring before you get paid through your pay. We got some POs outstanding right now on the current term bids. We're not even sure we're gonna get filled before the 31st.
As far as they got a office, that asphalt cooled so much, it doesn't matter.
Really, as long as you abide by the temperature regulations, you know, they, on an 1.5 inch overlay, they want you to be 50 degrees or higher, and they want you to be on the up, you know, they want you to be 50 degrees and rising.
Yeah.
As long as you stick to that, it's normally not a problem.
Oh, they would agree.
Those insulated trailers, they can hold heat for a long time.
Oh, they could read you about it. Yeah. Whole asphalt.
Yeah.
Y'all got any other questions y'all want to ask?
Do we need to wait on the bids?
I think for official action, when we get the new bids, I think this was just for discussion and to get everybody comfortable. once we have the new term bids, if we like the term bids, I'll put together the prices with the term bids. I can break out the school portion, get that separate where we can see that exact number, and, we can take official action on it then.
All right.
So we don't want to take no.
Objective, we just had a generalized, the town passed a motion to cover up to 1/3 of the cost, up to our cap. The whole project.
That way we don't have to come back and do it again, but we'll have updated information for the files. Huh?
Will be more than, we have up to 150 for the whole subs.
I think you find a way. This is just for planning purposes, you know what your business is.
So you don't get a motion to start with PO,
This
and a sport.
will be a quality job,
It is for the whole.
supervised.
Well, and I wouldn't vote on that, you don't know exactly what price it goes.
And this is gonna be a quality job supervised by some guys that know what to do. They know what to do.
Just like you say, engineer.
They know what to do. That's right.
We can vote on the percentage.
Huh?
We might not can play football, but we can engineer some roads. All right, any more questions?
I want to say something. There you go.
All right.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you for calling, man.
Pete, you need to speak, need to speak to Russell about your name.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off.
See y'all. See y'all. Thank y'all for coming.
Pete,
Public comment.
That's a nickname, Pete.
what?
Name is North.
Y'all gonna be here tonight?
They're part of it.
Y'all gonna be here all night?
That's what the Bible for. Get up in line.
Miss Longmire, Miss Lynn Longmire, that's correct. She brought a petition for a speed hump, south of Davis. And she's got all the signatures, everybody lives down. She's requesting one, they're all requesting, because people are flying coming through there.
I'm sorry, what? Where is this? What'd you say?
South of Davis Highway, where you come in to the hospital, where TES is, and
Mm-hmm.
that, go through that.
What
People are
was
flying
the
through there
request?
for a speed hump.
There's at least a dozen kids that could be out there all at one time, and people just fly through there. And I'm scared to death they're gonna be hurt, including my grandchildren.
If,
It's like when you turn off of 57.
Yeah.
And go,
Out there by TES or on that road, TES.
Yeah, before you get to the curve.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
they fly that way. They just,
They come through there to Pam. I brought Pam with me because she's been there with us. She's with, they were helping on that road. Yeah, she's been on every house and all small children.
mhm.
put it just not quite halfway, and you come break over the hill there, and so the speed hump right in that area, that's enough to control.
There are a lot of emergencies. Is it emergency people coming
Well, they use the road behind the, food barn.
They use Westerville Street.
Yeah, you would have a speed hump there, you talking about for the hospital, for ambulances and stuff, but normally,
in? Because that's where the sign is that says hospital for return.
well, as bad as our roads are in the county, you don't even know that speed bumps there.
Oh, for sure, no.
So you,
But obviously,
Even with emergencies, the children's lives are still in danger there. I mean,
I just don't know if there's any like regulations on having that because of hospital access for ambulance. I don't know.
And that was what James was talking about before that y'all would
That was-
obviously approve it.
Yeah, that's
We
my,
go to the hospital administrator
Yeah.
and get their read on it. And then you can move forward after that, after you get clarification from the hospital administrator.
So that we can put a speed hump up there, we can ask them to do a designated route for the ambulance to come in Westerville.
Mhm.
If it's able for them to be able to make all the turns they need to make.
right.
I've seen ambulances on Westerville.
they use that majority of the time.
Yeah, I thought they did. But,
If the board's inclined to not, agree, then they can pass a motion contingent upon there being no regulation against speed humps assessed in the hospital. I don't think that there is, but I don't know that we can do a little bit of research.
I make that motion.
we need to find out.
Second.
all in favor?
They move on that other street.
It's just emotional, and they're gonna check.
Thank y'all for coming.
Is that?
You know.
That's the one and only.
We got
Something I don't understand.
reports.
It's the youngins in the street.
One here in there.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't
I never
understand.
would let mine play in the street.
If they're for it, they talk about youngins being in the street.
Youngins.
We look in the street and the ditches and everything.
Well,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 total streets that have been located this month, water and sewer for guys on TDS. I don't know if they pay attention to it as much as they should. But it's,
Wait, that's how many streets?
I had to locate this one
Locate where everything there for
for them to be able to put
Yeah, yeah.
5 in.
For TDS. We got it.
Of course, we've done our normal day-to-day checks, lift taking water wells. We have done meter readings and rereadings. For this month, we had a few carryover from last month into the beginning of the month. We're still trying to get all that figured out, and it's gonna take just some time to do. I know we've had some things where we've caught some difference in readings.
And that's one large one that we'll have to send a letter out. When the meter was installed, not to take his thunder, but when the meter was installed at, Mr. Dearman's Wild Country, they turned it in as a read by 10 gallon, and it's a 2-inch read by 100 gallon. So he's been underbilled the entire time, but since it was our fault in the office, I don't think it's appropriate to try to get any funds back. But moving forward, we need to let him know that it will be read accurately from now on. So
He probably,
Like, just say,
he probably knows it.
just say we said he used 8,000 gallons of water that month to have Big Ben or something. He used 8,000. He really used 80,000 gallons.
Ooh.
Good God Almighty.
So it goes back to what Levi and CWS is going to be working on is our water loss calculations, because that's a huge difference when you try to run those numbers.
That's why we have a new company. But
That people
Well,
that turned off.
He knew that.
Huh?
He probably already knew that.
You know, it's just this little thing that you catch like that have turned into something else. And that's what we're running into a lot. A lot of these meter readings, I mean, it's just what it is. You go to a meter and it's covered up full of dirt and hasn't been read in 3 months of reading's gonna be different. So, and that's the problem we're having trying to find all of these meters, which I knew there were meters out there. I think that they didn't know where they were at to begin with. So, I mean, it's nothing new. So that meter reading process takes a lot out of our day to day. Cause that's one thing where we want to strive to be good at, because that's how this town gets their money. It's off of the board meeting. So when we do it, we try to do a good, thorough job and make sure that we're getting this correct. And I know we've had some ups and downs, because there's some of these meetings we've got to try to get replaced.
You want to talk about the event this weekend?
Which one?
The water go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing that we've got to look into. Why Mission didn't send alerts.
the water tower in town about this.
Yeah, we had an issue Friday morning, low water pressure. Get over here, and I don't know if we had a power surge or what. We had a breaker trip out into our town water plant. Come back, trip breaker, everything's fine. I've looked into it. I've checked it every day. There's been no changes to it. Like I said, it just seems like some type of fluke, like a power glitch, just like sometimes you plug something up to the wall, the power surges and it trips the surge protector or something. The same thing with a breaker.
Was that the same day the electricity was off?
No, we didn't lose
No,
power.
that's what we're trying to find out what the problem is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't lose
Or cold weather,
power or I mean,
something. We don't know what happened.
Well, one day the power was off.
In your section of town?
Yeah,
Your power went
the
out?
power was off.
Well, they have that may be true because you've got those new, not quadrants, but the areas in town. It only shuts down that one specific area
Yeah.
instead of the entire
And,
town.
and when it come off and come on, it may have tripped that breaker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Could
So
happen.
that's what I'm saying. I didn't know nothing
That's,
about the power bill.
we own that, ain't we?
What's that?
On the well around there.
Yeah. You're on the same circuit. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Dirk and see if,
They did have an issue with
I
it.
can't remember what day it was, but it went off one afternoon. I believe.
They went down, was it Thursday? Or when? Thursday or Friday?
Friday morning.
Friday morning.
Yeah. You see, that's when I called your number, and then I called Van on, man, but when we called, man, when somebody needed help, well, I left a message, and places like the hospital, they got to have water, you know what I'm saying? And that didn't set too good when nobody didn't give a call, and then I called David. I don't know who David called, but David got the ball rolling.
Yes.
So they just,
Because I ain't gonna call for no junk, I'm calling strictly for business, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's right. And
Yeah.
it wasn't an issue of just not answering the phone call. While I was in somewhere in the
And then I talked to Van, just this morning, he told me, he said, he don't know to check his message probably to the end of the day. That ain't good business. Not he working with y'all.
No, and that's the conversation we'll have with us forward.
Wait, what happened?
Friday.
Well, listen, I got one more question. I turn in, we can have it go down on Wayne Avenue.
There's located being called in on
There
that.
was one now, there's one that came back up that Oakland them fixed before they left. This
Yes,
came
sir.
back.
I heard about those this morning.
And then, if you notice, right behind Ward there, at that storage bin now,
Yeah.
water bubbling up through some of them cracks there. It's been there for quite a while.
Yes, I was informed about those, and they're gonna be located, called in for us to fix them. Like I said, we try to fix major ones here and there whenever we're doing
Yeah.
a read, but
water falling down there. We'll be-
It's moving.
That one up there behind Ward's ain't a bad leak.
Huh?
That up there behind Ward's is not a bad leak.
Yeah, it is. We're getting worse, Joe. Go there and look at some of the water how it's coming out through them cracks. It's getting worse.
we'll get that.
I looked at it again this morning.
Behind Ward's.
That behind water, that storage bin right there.
We'll have located, called in, and have those addressed as soon as possible.
There'll be so much water coming out through it, I can't even go to water to get a hamburger.
I talked to you about,
Might have to get one.
I talked to Steve Womack about when it's going on. And we were talking about the breakers. The breakers are old. We think about having the breakers swapped out because they're old too.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
I mean, you know,
We're I'm in talk with, Davis down there, we talked about him getting 2 new breakers for those well pumps.
and it wouldn't hurt to look at everywhere that they're old looking breakers and to replace because some of these stuff, they're old, they're the maintenance has been.
That's right.
we also need to make sure Dirk lets us know if he has a power pump. That will automatically check the well.
Yeah, and Steve Missy should be able to tell us that.
Yeah, 'cause it
And I don't know why it's not working. It should tell us when the power kicks off at every station.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
that's just something
We're working
we gotta
on
work
that.
out the bugs out on the mission part of it. You got one that tells you one thing, and one that tells you another. We gotta get them all communicating.
The water tower on in prison will show you footage.
Yeah.
And they give you an alarm on low footage. One over here only shows pressure. It won't even show you footage. So we gotta find out why the SCADA system is not regulating the water level.
is that all you got?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much we fixed 22 leaks here and there. Took care of the sewer problems.
I'm gonna ask a question so I don't take any of my time. Because it's about water. Were we supposed to be getting with them about the meter, rates?
No, that is, Waterway.
Okay.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I know that he said he was talking to Steve and them about doing a sample area, for some of these drive-by. And because we've probably got at least 30 or 40 meters that need to be replaced right now. So I would hate to order new meters that would not swap with what they're wanting to test for us. So it may be after the first of the year before we're actually able to get some of those.
And here's the thing, a lot of these drive-bys today are kind of hand in hand. I wouldn't say there's just one that's way up here and one that's not. It all depends on what kind of system you get used to and get started on. You have some people that have badgers, love them. You have some people that hate them and go somewhere else and love this system. It's just that.
Now, we're talking about drive-bys, or we're talking about computer systems, about what you try to hold on here. And if we need rereads, I can do it from in here.
Well, the drive-bys, the cellular system, they said, is a little sketchy because even though we have the extra towers, there's still a lot of dead zones. And if you get to the meters that can turn on and off, that's additional. I think it's going to be an additional.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to install new meter valves. You're gonna read all kinds of.
Okay.
But the drive-by, I mean, if we need a reread, all they would have to do is look on the reader and drive through the area.
Now, when you're talking about the first of the year, we're not going to be able to get materials. You're talking about the materials that they have. That was a lower price, or no?
No, that's just to look at the drive-by system.
Yeah, so either we're going to let them test out some meters, maybe 10, 20, or whatever it was City wants to do in these locations, or just go ahead and buy a couple of boxes of battery meters and install them. Because we've got to make sure that the meter base that we're going to be installing, because the way they told us, all you have to do is twist out the dial and install the new package, and your brass is good.
Right.
You don't have to do it with that, you just pop in the top. We just got to make sure, yeah.
Yes, that's the biggest thing, figuring out what's gonna work best for this city.
And then that will help determine the cost of what we want to put from it.
Because if we see that it works for us, the drive-by system, and it's a proven thing, so, there are ways to put, I think it's only with the cellular system where you can actually hook it up and people can pull their own readings online, I think, because
Yeah, it's not the drive.
it's not going to be the drive-by system, but the drive-by system, like, even when we had people that knew how to read meters quickly, it's still a week-long process.
Mm-hmm.
And when we've been switching, it's taken longer. Drive-bys, you'd probably be able to read the entire system
No, drive-by, you would read the whole system.
like one day.
Then,
Whereas 4,300 meters in total, they start at 7 o'clock, and by about anywhere from 2:30 to 3:30, he's back at the shop ready to unload that computer off.
4,300?
Well,
I mean, literally when you drive by, you get in a truck and you drive about 225 miles an hour, and you just ease down the
Dirty needle truck.
and you just go straight to street. So I mean, drive-bys take you literally as long as it takes you to drive to work.
well, and the other thing that we've run into is whoever has the best penmanship has to be in the meter book, because we've had instances where 3s look like 8s or 0s look like 8s or 7s comes out as 6s.
Yeah, and it's just human.
It's human error.
It's human error, and you get somebody that might just have a little touch of dyslexia on this particular one and mix up the 1 over here and the 3 over here when it should be this way.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I would fix that because it's a direct computer to computer.
Right. Now, when can we do the drive-by testing?
That's up to Steve and them. I know they're researching it to see if we can get some test meters in here so y'all can actually see how they perform.
Now, is it, like, overall, will it be obviously probably more expensive for that material than what we have now?
It will be more expensive at the beginning, but
This will
after all,
cost for the hardware and the scanner that goes in the truck.
yeah, I think the rule of thumb is like 4 to 5 years before it pays for itself.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got after 10 years, between 10 and 20 years, you will have to replace some of the batteries. They're designed to last 20 years, but
And there's newer styles, like you go with the older retro style, like we just started going back to in pedal. The register itself doesn't have no battery. It's just like the old one. It's got a dial in it. Your battery is in the transponder up here, and it's literally when that thing goes out, you twist it like this, set that one aside, put a brand new one on, twist it, change the meter information inside the system.
Now, I thought we was trying to get away from a dial meter, so we can measure every drop. Some of those meters, some of them drive-by meters, wasn't it supposed to be like those sonic meters, or is it all dial?
I think they were, well, hypersonic, they do partial gallons.
Yeah, but
It's like one of our meters over here on one of the side streets that operates a little bit. It's not turning the dial enough because it only uses so much each time it turns on.
right.
It is not registering everything that's going through.
Well, there is, instead of putting every single meter, spending that extra money on those higher meters, we could just set aside those and still use the same system.
Okay. So it can interchange.
Yes, you could get a ultrasonic meter and it still be a drive-by meter that works just like all the rest of them do. But there's no sense of putting all 1,000 meters like that.
And it syncs with the system.
Right. It's literally the same system, you just got two different style meters. But now with those meters, whenever something goes out, you gotta change the whole meter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only downfall of it. Is instead of just being able to change the register or being able to change a transponder, you have to change the whole meter. Because it's all built together, it's one piece.
That's how it fits the sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
That was my question.
All right, anybody got any questions? All right. Thank you. Yeah, you got anything?
All we're doing is we're working on a lot of decorations right now. The guys, setting up everything. Still got to do the poles and ribbons. Still have to decorate town hall. Put the lights around it. Help Mary put all the stuff around the front. Greens Park, I had 4 loads of topsoil come in and drop off. After the first of the year in January, we're going to spread that soil. Look at getting, roll out grass. Got to get some bids on some grass. Sod. In order to have the park ready for the 4th of July celebration. It's going to be a 200 bicentennial celebration that we're going to have this 4th of July. The other thing that we looked at for the radars, we did find a couple of radars, dollies for the, not radars, for the flashing light for the speed. We found a company that did it. They sent us a couple of quotes. We found another company with the quotes. Actually, good price. Got in contact with the MDOT engineer. He finally gave me a call back Friday and told me that we do not have to have a permit to put them anywhere on Main Street on the state highway as long as it's inside the city limits. Because that's one of the things we had questions about where we could put it. As long as it don't block any of the state signs and it's within the right of way of ours inside the city limits, we can place it anywhere without permits. So we can move them around in order to slow people down in certain areas. So if we have it like in front of Dobbins for a while, a couple of months, and y'all want to move it further down to show people, hey, got you to slow down here, but you're speeding up by the time you hit jacks, we can move it around like that.
Remind me, if I'm remembering correctly, it was like 4,000 and something for a
The mounted.
The mounted.
Sign, yeah. And I think that's probably going to be where once you bolt it and it's in visual range, it's going to be harder to steal than the other. So,
we don't want the one on the trailer. I like the ones on the dolly that I can tap.
And I think it's too, spending that extra just to be able to move it when you can just use your hand and feel.
So, that, if y'all want to go ahead and take care of that, since we do have 2 quotes on it, and it is under $5,000, if y'all want to go ahead and make a motion to purchase 1 or 2, however you want to do it.
Yeah, on the 5,000. You got to have 2 and each one each end, ain't you?
Well, that's up to y'all. I know that we had talked about the majority of our speeders are coming in around Dobbins. They're coming in from.
Right here too now.
Yeah, they're coming across the bridge, but it's however y'all want to do it.
Yeah. So this one is supposed to be where we can move it wherever. I will. What show me? I'll talk about it. So I did go to the Board of Education, and so for the main strip here, I talked to them about the speed lights and signs, flashing signs. They are going to get with MDOT, if I can remember correctly, or somebody, state government, They gave them, or was able to get them from them at the high school and elementary school. And the ones that they have at the junior high, they purchase themselves. It's a lot more expensive, and they don't work. So they said they haven't even discussed getting it fixed or whatever, so that wasn't an issue of getting it taken down or whatever. They said they were going to look into getting with the MDOT and getting them new ones like the elementary and high school. They do not have a police officer that can full-time sit at the curb at the junior high. So I was wanting to get with the sheriff to see maybe if we can have one of his not patrol, but sit there, flashing the lights, slow people down, until we maybe they can get some signs for the front, too, that's going to be flashing.
I said the jacks and I'm watching people come through, and I called Brian about that. I give Brian the tag number, and I give Brian the information. Let him make the phone call to have him slow down. It's foggy. It's coming through there 40 miles an hour, right at 50, still on the cattle trail in the fog, and nobody's slowing down. So that's what I've been doing, and I've been getting numbers and calling companies with these trucks. Just slow down, please. I said,
I did want to clarify something on record that McKaylee did come back from the meeting with. There was a comment made that the sheriff just needs to write tickets for speed. However, in Mississippi, there is only a single sheriff in the entire state that is allowed to run radar, and it's in Lowndes County. We cannot write tickets off of the radar. That's illegal. The sheriff cannot run physical radar. So unless it is someone,
they might not want people to know that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
That's a lot of people know that.
But a lot of people don't either. They do not know that.
Well, and I just want to make they understand that.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people want us to get a police department of our own to write speeding tickets and like that.
Right, you can't do it. I mean, we can do what we talked about when we were talking about the stop signs a few months back. If they blow through a stop sign, hey, you can write a ticket. So, I mean, but I just want to make sure because you see those comments as well.
So I'm going to follow up with them to see what they were able to get and do for their flashing lights, especially in the school zone areas. See if we can have a meeting with the sheriff's department to even have someone sit there at the junior high, which they were all fine for. If we can get somebody to sit there, flash their lights, they're perfectly fine with it. So for there, and then if we can purchase one of these, we can move this wherever if it needs to be there for the time being, or right when they come into town, or even.
Well, do you want to go like Mr. Bill said? Do you want to go ahead and get one for each end?
If we can financially, yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, the purchase would probably come after the first of the year.
What budget or what section would it come out of?
It was come out of free capital outlay. I mean, you technically could take it out of the police department, but they don't have any flex in their budget. I mean, you put it in there.
Okay, right.
So.
Okay.
Now, you also remember we could take one if we have a problem with one of the back streets. Could take one and move it around. So we can, like you said, we put it anywhere inside the city limits.
If we can get two, I would get two, and you can have on both sides of town, or this way, or even on back streets on both sides. So
you want to make?
I make a motion to get two of them.
I'll second.
After village comes.
Yeah,
Yes.
after the village.
Yes. After me.
All in favor? Wait,
I did.
all in favor? Aye. Ayes have it.
Talking about stop signs, I looked at the news just one time, and it was a Pensacola station. And it came up there was a 4-way stop down in Pensacola that they put cameras up. Now, I don't know how long, it's got to be a while. But the number of people that run that stop sign was 26,000 people.
Yeah.
You remember when y'all tried to put the stop sign at Hardy Street and Paulding in front of Miss Carolyn's house?
Yeah.
Nobody stopped for it.
But that was a 4-way stop in Pensacola. 26,000, well, that's a lot of vehicles to run.
One y'all approved 2 months ago, or this week put up this week? They're going to be put up on Texas Street and Oak Street. start off.
Do we need to get with Ryan?
Well, I actually, if he can't do it, one of the suggestions I made to James before, because our lights do have flashing lights. If you're just wanting presence there, maybe, that could be just part of it. I mean, if they're there from like 6:30 to 7:30 or something like that.
They don't pay attention to my guys with flashlights in the truck.
Well, I mean, you don't even have to flash. I mean, just as, for one, somebody running a stop sign until they get the idea, hey, you can't run this stop sign.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a thought. If Ryan doesn't have it, I mean, they won't be able to do anything but sitting there with flashing lights. I mean, it'd take an hour out of their day. They'd only be able to do it Monday through Thursday, but some presidents
You're
maybe.
actually talking about the sheriff.
I know. What I'm saying is if Ryan can't do it, is what I'm saying.
But again, unless you have blue lights,
I don't know.
we can stick an icon sheet over there. That blue light over there gets my attention every morning.
He can
I
do
know
it.
it.
Wait, what do you mean they can't do anything?
They don't have the
Us.
authority, but we don't have.
Oh,
we wouldn't
us.
have
I was
the-
like, wait, you're telling me they can't write a ticket for
No, I'm sorry. Our guys wouldn't have the authority.
Yeah.
They basically would be there just acting like another call.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, he's the sheriff. He can deputize whoever he wants to. I mean, we can put. Put David out there.
Police commission?
Yeah, put the police commissioner out there.
That's all I got.
Well, we got, all right, the old business, the land, Vanessa Mitchell. That turned into a situation.
Got some issues, a title opinion was ran on it. There was a tax sale. It's still unclear if a tax deed was ever issued. Now, we could certainly get that property fixed because the record is clear that Ms. Mitchell never received any notices of tax bills, went to somewhere else. So we've either got to, Ms. Mitchell's got to work with the people who are claiming it through the tax sale and get it back, or if we really want it bad enough, we need to set aside that tax sale, which I believe that we could, but I don't know if we have standing to do that.
Do we know the cost?
Normal, just like legal fees to set aside a tax sale, you're looking around $3,000 typically is a standard kind of fee for that. It's just going to be, if the total purchase price is what, $8,500 if I remember?
No.
We're talking about a third of the purchase price being made up. And there's no doubt in my mind that it could be set aside. It's clear as day. And looking at the Chancery Clerk's file, they did not get the requisite notice. It's hard to confirm a tax title. I mean, it's a very difficult thing to do. But I don't know. I think it's Magnolia Investments, if I remember right off the top of my head.
Yes.
Has it, I spoke to Miss Mitchell after running into her in town. I advised her to reach out to them, purchase it from them for a small amount and still do the purchase. That should still be money ahead to get that over this. Us incurring a bunch of legal fees.
Well, the people who got to acquire the house or say they acquired the house, they are wanting to turn it into a church.
We're not gonna go that route.
Don't need to miss her.
I
No.
don't think it's probably the property. Could have probably had it condemned if they're on it by now.
They can use the church across from my house because it ain't being used.
But the thing about this is they're not from here.
You got churches on every corner in this town, ain't none of them approved.
Thank you.
Well, that's an old house that's with.
Oh, they know. I'm surprised termites didn't.
Was it condemned? I understand that it was condemned at one time, but I don't know.
We don't have the records
It
on it.
would take, some extensive, probably just, going back through voluminous minutes to find it. That's my understanding. I mean, again, it's, you might could reach out to,
Well, they can be condemned right now.
there's no doubt it could be condemned right now.
Uh,
What my recommendation would be to try to maybe get these people who are trying to claim to get them into town, try to set up a meeting with them, tell them that, look, this property is condemned. I mean, if it's not already condemned, it will be. If it's not, it's beyond repair.
or they know they
Let you know.
And
They've already spent like 2 or 3 weeks on this. They already got one in it. They're already
Well, that's
going with it.
They do that without permit.
They're already working on
It
the house?
was in the beginning.
Well, they don't have the permits to do that. What I would recommend is that we go put a stop work order on it, and let's try to get that in a meeting of it. Before anybody, spends any funds unnecessary, let's try to get that in the permit. A meeting with the mayor, myself, maybe James, or if anybody else wants to participate in.
And the mayor's already talked to them, and they was adamant they had the paperwork that belonged to them.
Okay, well, then we'll need to,
I mean, we had nothing to go by because we don't own the property. I mean, they got property.
well, then we need to get with Ms. Mitchell, what I would recommend is have someone reach out to Ms. Mitchell, and I can certainly do it. She either needs to get it. She needs to either try to pay them with everything, or she needs to retain an attorney to set aside that tax fee, which she will be successful doing, and then selling it to us. So I don't know if she wants to spend the money to do that.
Right.
But either way, out of an abundance of caution, we need to start condemnation proceedings in the event they cannot be found in the minutes. And I'm not trying to
No, it would.
rain on my effort if it is, if that house is beyond repair.
It would not have been in the minutes. That would have been a decision on the building inspector. I do not recall that one being a part of it. But that also bleeds into, something else that was in your pack that Michaela and I were talking about. The, building inspector / code enforcement officer. I didn't know if you were ready to talk about that or not, but it tags or ties into what we're talking about now.
I mean, I guess we just need to either,
They would need to approve it and that we could advertise it because it combines both jobs, but they'd also have to decide on the salary.
We need to do what we got to about that land. We need that land.
Mm-hmm.
We went too far. Shut them down and do whatever we
I
got to
don't
do.
think they've been back over there, have they?
I can say, what I would recommend is somebody can get with Mitchell, let's get her up to town hall, let's kind of go lay out her, and I'll see if I can get exactly entitled to maybe join in the conference.
I think Lee needs to reach out and do that, being an attorney.
Well, I was before you reading her, but I don't think she understands.
She probably don't.
Understands that, there's
No, she don't.
expenses that are going to, be over.
She probably, yeah, maybe y'all can,
We can invite her up here.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that she can, y'all can, explain to her in depth about what she needs to do.
I'm sure they were sending them tax papers to somebody else. Ex of them probably was getting them in there.
Well, that was during the divorce thing, and it
Yeah.
went to Mitch,
Probably, he probably was receiving them.
or it could have been,
But we don't know yet.
Well, I talked
It's
to him.
Indian, he's not supposed to pay no.
I talked to him. He signed it up completely to it.
They did.
Yeah, what he told me.
Well, let's just let out the funds go. Let's just try to get her up here and we'll get exactly and title to the system.
That'll work.
I was
That'll
talking
work.
to him, but I didn't catch nobody. And, I mean, in and out, they will.
Well, I still think we need to move forward with condemnation because that, it's shocking that it's somebody would try to put windows in place of that condition. So,
Well,
without permits.
the board's the ultimate authority, so they can go ahead and reapply if they know.
Absolutely. I mean, it's clear that it's,
In unlivable conditions.
that's beyond.
So do y'all want to go ahead and move to make that official?
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Who was it?
As a courtesy, somebody needs to at least try to reach out to us.
We've got signs we can post on it with the date and everything, and I can sign it. Well, it's a sign, red, and it says this property is gonna be on, that kind of stuff. Do you wanna go into what we talked about with the code enforcement site building inspector?
Mm-hmm. Which I do have questions. When was the last time we had a full-time either one of those?
Mr. Dixon was the last full-time building inspector who actually drove around. Mr.
3 years ago?
Yes, basically. No.
Last year.
Yeah, it was sometime last year because he had an accident.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, brain last year.
he resigned this past spring.
Oh, okay.
But Mr. Marty basically comes when we call him. He doesn't do.
They don't do the drive-by.
Yeah, he doesn't get a drive-by like Mr. Dixon. He used to actually drive around. He'd stop and talk to you.
So do we pay him part-time?
We pay him $200 a month retainer to go as many times as we need to do inspections. Because that was one of the problems before is that they were getting a percentage of the total permit. And there were a lot of issues with something like that happening. So that's one reason that this job description has a set dollar amount attached to it and the set number of hours. But
Who inspected Jack?
Mr. Marty, he is certified in electrical and he does have experience.
Marty.
with all the other- Huh?
Marty.
Marty Whitten. Nicky.
Oh, nephew. But he's not like Mr. Richard. I mean, he
He's just an electrician, ain't he?
Right, and that's one of the, yes,
Well, he's done construction and stuff, but I'm talking about primarily as a.
Yeah.
I know. So what I worked on when I was talking to Kaylee about this is I combined the job of the building inspector, code enforcement officer, because we need somebody that basically does both. And if they don't have the education, which there are classes that you have to take to be a home inspector, and for commercial inspection. And we'd already discussed that we would send them to those classes. This basically puts it all into one. And the only question was compensation, which was $800 to $1,000 a month. One of Michaela's questions was, is it in the budget? And we had done the budget up as if we were paying somebody with 400 already. So that portion is there. And, one of the discussion points is because they actually are involved with water and something and things like that. The other half of that would be taken out of the water department. And so we can take that out of salaries for that.
now remember, they don't have to be certified builder. Certified electrician.
I thought
You have to be state certified inspector.
Give one, Mr. Bergen.
Do we know, an estimate
That's
on
Richards.
Oh.
both of them? Let's say they needed both,
$4,000 per class.
and they would need two.
Well, for like the Jacks, yes, we would need somebody to go for the larger projects. Regular home inspection is an easier course. I think it's 60 hours.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but for commercial, it's a 200-hour course. So it's separate. So.
So you think 4,000 for both?
Where would they have
That's
to
all for
go?
contingency that you will be here.
Oh, do it online?
Yeah. And then two, that is not just going here and there. That is full-time patrolling.
No,
So many hours a month.
Yeah, at minimum 20 hours a month, but you spend like 5 hours a week because most of the time you're going to, or we'll let you know about projects. Because one of the other things is when we have cloud permit, there is actually a building inspection module in there and code enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get complaints here or we get building permits, we input that into the system, then they can schedule that through the system themselves.
Now, would that be considered a full-time employee?
Part-time.
It's part.
It's sort of like the way we do with our attorneys. They get like a stipend per month and we just kind of set the guidelines because we don't want them working 20 hours at the end of the month. We would prefer them
Right.
working through the week.
No, you set your own schedule up. So if you got an inspection, say tomorrow you got an inspection at 9 o'clock, go ahead and take another hour to ride the city one time, find out what else is being built or not built, and check on it and then go.
Mm-hmm. I was just thinking like benefit-wise and.
Just part-time.
No.
The only thing that they'd be eligible for, is like the West Wellness Plan. So.
And if there was some magical unicorn out there that could do what are they called, like community officer, so all three bundled in one, but.
Yeah, we could find that in the budget because, if we have a good tax year next year, what I'm really hoping for. Because with Jack's here, it'll increase our general sales tax fund. So
And our code enforcement, that will be,
it does not generate revenue.
I understand, but it would also help if you had somebody law
Yes.
enforcement retired or part-time.
Yeah. So that if we could find that magical unicorn that can do all three.
And then you put him in the talking to the sheriff, you get an interlocal agreement with the sheriff to borrow one of his extra cars that he's got,
Mm-hmm.
that we can pay him.
Keep our contract. He can go to games. He can go to schools. He can go to
He can go
report.
junior high in the mornings.
Mhm.
You sell that uniform, so definitely.
We got the code tickets that need to be written. I mean, we've got already, I'm not sure this man has had some issues, but we've got somebody's got a junkyard right behind Dollar General, you know.
That's, I was gonna mention that, that I don't wanna
We
get
need
this.
to get a code, first you start writing tickets.
Yeah,
Or, get our share, our, and you see the police can go write a ticket. We're not solely dependent on.
No. Yes, he can at any point. Ask him to go.
We need to do that. That's, we need to be a major eyesore and that,
Yeah.
I'm not, I think that gentleman has some issues to put it nicely.
well, the property don't belong to him, it belongs to his sister.
Can the police commissioner write a ticket?
Absolutely.
Can the police commissioner write a ticket?
Oh,
Sir.
he works at.
Is that Regina's?
Yeah, that's Regina's property. And she mentioned me the other day, she wanted him clean up properly.
She wanted him to clean it up.
But I already have two people.
We gotta make him clean that up, man.
So you can go over and talk to her.
And I talked to him pretty good.
You did?
No, I'm going to. I talked to him the other day. And I'm going over and talk to him. I'm gonna try to work some things out with him. Just,
No, we wouldn't advertise though the third.
Well, he done got on the truck.
No, so he went
outside over there.
It's like, hey, would you be interested?
Yeah, we
Got a mess up there, man.
if y'all want, we can build that.
Right. Okay.
If I close the old house,
I read,
it'll mail.
I make a motion to advertise the building inspector and code enforcer as one job to be able to hire somebody, get some codes.
Second.
all in favor? That's happy. All right,
Sorry.
no, that's-
The compensation was 800 to 1,000, so y'all need to set the compensation. Because I gave a range depending on what y'all wanted to do. Well, that's the other part of it. I mean, do you want to go ahead because they are gonna be fulfilling two roles, go to the hiring end, or how do y'all feel?
Wait, what would your prices be?
800 to 1,000.
Because the other one was two $400 positions, but if they're combining them,
well,
give it to him, you might get somebody worth something.
if you do it by
1,000 a month.
interview, you do it by interview, I mean, say what you get.
So in other words, put it in the paper, we'll arrange it from 800 to 1,000.
Yeah.
And whoever there,
like based on
Yeah.
based on experience and what they got, goes by the month,
Well,
really by the.
they're gonna be representing family out there. We don't know what they look like, how they sound, how their personality and everything.
Yeah, neither West Wellness.
Well, I'm just saying they big face.
So basically, y'all will make that determination when you hire.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I caught that, James.
Yeah. So I'll probably, do we have to publish a range?
No, I could just put it out there
Okay.
and then when they.
Because I would say some people that even when they do.
Yeah, they put what they want.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've had that on application.
But if they ask, then I can tell them this is the range based on your experience, because the other part is once they actually do get a certification, or, you can give them that training increase. You know what I'm saying? Because you are better trained, so you're doing more in your job.
You don't want somebody just blunt force. You want somebody blunt force with a scout.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that funny?
It was funny. I not as much West Wellness. Yeah, y'all heard about the West Wellness program.
Yeah, we tried to get Michaela in it, but she worked in the hospital, so she didn't.
Okay. All right, mayor's report,
Oh, you're out of town, I'm sorry.
yeah. Y'all know we got the carnival coming up. We'll be out in the week putting out flyers and going around the county and around the outside of the county. Putting up posters or whatever I can in stores and everywhere people can see, advertising. It'll be in the paper and it'll be on, Facebook. But that's, the main thing is to get as many people that would come to support it. This right here, if people support this, it can lead to bigger things next time. It's just one step at a time doing stuff. But we're putting ourselves out, trying to bring stuff in. It'd be nice if all the aldermen was in the parades this year.
You want to do a public? Are you gonna be there for the hospital, or would you be on a public officials float with them? 'Cause I need to know,
There's not a hospital one for Green.
so,
They did ask, we have one for Lucedale, but theme completely different.
oh, gotcha.
To get Bill can pull us, because he's not gonna get in the trailer.
Can't never tell.
Well, I do have an extra Santa suit bag.
Now, this is on the 13th. Loose Hills, I think, is this week.
Yes.
So, if y'all want to, then we can aim for making a town float for public officials, and then I can order enough candy, because some people have greasy hands.
Yep.
Not looking at anybody specific.
One up right there.
Greedy hands.
Yeah, you just don't throw out one or two pieces.
If you throw out better candy, you won't have so much left on the streets too.
Well, all I gotta do is buy what you did.
Did I throw out too much before?
Cheap candy.
I think you running at the first street.
I didn't.
I throw candy with you before and I see what like bird hunting.
Well, all right, and y'all can throw the candy then.
Throw the candy, they'll pick it up. You chose cheap candy, they ain't gonna stand there and look at it.
No,
Well, I figured looks.
Well, you don't want to be greedy.
I'll make that purchase, so we'll have it here for that, and then James and I will on a float.
Oh, Lord.
Thanks.
So what are we gonna be riding on? Does
We don't know
anybody-
yet.
No?
I'll figure so.
Like a giant cotton candy. And you just put like some, what is that
I
stuff called?
nominate Miss Bray to decorate the
cotton-
trailer.
Like, like a cotton material,
Oh, yeah.
and just make it look like cotton candy. Done. And then a cone. Good idea. I know.
Then the grand opening, the little store opened, Carl Brewer. up
What
there.
time is that?
No, it's already, it had it this morning.
They moved it up. It was.
Well, nobody told me.
That's because it was originally scheduled for Saturday.
Saturday.
And
And
I
I
was going to
promised her I would be there.
You said you had
Look good.
And she changed it. Melinda Melinda Canette called David, and it's like, we're doing it at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or something?
Yeah, it's got
Today,
Yeah.
What's it called?
What is her business?
Miller's.
Okay.
Miller's.
what's coming. This is gonna be us.
What's she selling?
No, it's somebody else.
No, what's she selling?
Oh, clothing.
It's a boutique.
Clothing boutique.
She's got it. It's really pretty at night. Y'all seen it?
Since you're gonna have men's clothing down the road here.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah, y'all got too many.
Huh?
Y'all got too many stores. We need one store.
We're gonna support it.
Trying to think of, I'm wrapped up in this, carnival that we will have because I want it to be successful because it's.
So I can take that off my calendar for Saturday morning, huh?
I mean,
Yes, ma'am.
we can afford to do
Mm-hmm.
bigger and better. This ain't the biggest carnival, but it ain't the smallest.
No, but I'll tell you something. Since I've started advertising, boosting the post or whatever, I've had petting zoos, another thing like that, reaching out via Facebook to see if we want to add them to our next event.
Yeah.
So if it is successful, then we may be able to start reaching out since, of course, next year is our bicentennial. So we've got to blow everything out of the water next year.
I was wondering what you meant by next year.
Well, Leakesville was established in 1826, so, but it was officially incorporated in 1906. So it's our 200th bicentennial. Because we were actually talking back there yesterday that, Lucedale broke away, became the county seat, and they were talking about, was it Merrill?
Merrill.
Was the original county seat of George County, and I always mess up the word, but the 250th anniversary for the U.S. is next year, so we've got a lot going on.
And we need y'all's input. We need y'all's help.
Speaking of that.
We need USM. We need some bands. We
The
need
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard
For
for
4th of July.
And that's gonna be a hard hill climb. That's gonna be a hard hill climb, but if we do it now.
If you ought to be able to handle Coast Guard.
But let me just say this,
at one time, there was only a couple of counties in all of Mississippi, of Wayne and Greene, most like Forest, Perry, George, all of them come out of Greene County. I would say I got to thinking, for years we had no historical marker. We're still one of the few towns that does not have a Leakesville established 1826 sign, a big green marker.
Mm-hmm.
I would respect and press the board consider doing that as part of our bicentennial celebration. And we need to honor because it takes them a while to get those ordered and get
Now, is that kind of like, that's not dealing though with the historical people?
You get it from the Department of Archives.
Yeah.
They're the only ones that can supply the
Like the green marker in Greens Park that says something, I don't remember what it
pad
said.
air.
Okay. But like the actual historical markers, like when we were wanting to do the
Yes, like the
lighthouse.
South Mills, we had to go through them for that.
They're the only ones that can provide.
But what about the lighthouse?
Which about
The lighthouse.
Oh, the Inland Lighthouse. Is there one up there by that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's through the Department of Archives and History. Like there's the one that's up there at the cemetery by the Clark Chapel Cemetery. There's a historical one. Greene County went for years was the only county that didn't have a single one, and now we've got 4 or 5. But, there needs to be one. Most county seats have one as you come kind of into town, usually on both ends of town.
Well, I heard there was a lot of regulations when you have like a historical marker.
No. Only
That's why.
If you're putting something back like it was built, is where you got a certain regulation.
But like for the lighthouse, they won't do it because there's so many regulations.
Yeah, well, that's a historic preservation. That's natural register of historic places.
Oh, if it's a single structure, we would be doing it for the whole city.
We're not doing it.
Okay.
We're just talking about putting like just what's in Green Park with Pat Harrison. That would say Leakesville established 1826, early river port on the Chickasaway River. While we were kind of here.
You probably hear the word McKinney speaking into that something.
And we're the first settlers here, so.
Yeah.
I would urge, it takes about
Some of the McKinnises are the ones that built the house Mama and them lived
it
in.
takes about 6 months, or it's almost 6 months to get one of those.
Yeah, we would have to.
We
go
would need to
ahead
like,
and start,
we need to go ahead and start now on,
But I will tell you one thing, because like I think when Haley sent it to me, the 250th anniversary, Mississippi has funds to help with that. We've already sent it over to Horn, so they're working because the first deadline that we could hit, I think, is in January.
Mhm.
So we're aiming towards that. We've just got to decide what we're going to do. And part of your executive session is talking about that. So,
the signs I'm talking about is, they're like,
oh yeah, they're not terrible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's,
Who do we reach out to? Can you reach
yeah,
out to?
I know, I've got to look into the application, it's an online application, part of our, I just want to,
Well, I'll make a motion that we go ahead and start with it and get pricing on it. See what.
I give you, I can take
I'll
this
second.
price. It's either 12 or $1,300.
What do
Because
we have
we
to
need
submit an
that.
application?
We need that.
We have to submit proposed text, and then it has to go to the different review committee. And
Well, I make a motion to do a draft or a proposed text of what we could do.
I'll second.
That was a good deal, and then he think about that, add it price.
and they're really good. They look really nice, and you can if you set them in the right places, they can deflect. So,
Yeah.
How's the rest of the board doing?
All in favor?
He just asleep at the wheel over there.
No, that's just, and nobody made the motions for second.
Yeah, we did 1 and 2. Yeah, that's why I said all in favor.
I swear.
I got it. I'm covering your job too.
All in favor, say aye.
Yeah.
So we make it.
They did already.
I know that.
They listen to me.
We're gonna get her deputized.
And look, it's our auditor's report. Guess who's up to that?
Is it me? Okay.
Yes.
So I already went over the Board of Education meeting, kind of went through that. So I'm just gonna get back up with them on what they were able to find out for the flashing lights, speed lights right outside the junior high. We went over the speed radar quotes and did that. I was on my thing too, and the water meter rates, and then park. Do we have anything on park equipment?
What is it? Water rate.
We just said that the
Levi, they don't do it.
yeah, they don't do it.
Yeah, it's water.
hmm And then they're getting trying to figure out too pricing wise and what's best when we do their equipment if we did the drive-bys.
Yeah.
So that's the other rate. So, and so my last thing is park.
Okay, we never did get the soccer field, you know, it was $18,000 on the water rate for bringing out there and paid in.
That's not what she's asking.
No, I'm talking about that's on my mind right now.
No, that's not.
No, that's taken care of.
Well, you ask when it's on your mind, because if you don't, you'll forget. So,
So your answer on park would be?
The park equipment.
the park equipment,
Mm-hmm.
talked to, Mr. Hellman out there. And I hadn't been out there. Well, I did talk to him, but I hadn't been out there to go over everything. So maybe between now and Christmas, I can get out there and go over everything with you. So what we can get.
They just contact one of the people, friends and children's and friends.
Mm-hmm.
They are reaching out to the powers that be above their heads. They said the only reason why I don't have anything there right now as is the funding for that program got cut. So they had to skip this. They're still wanting to hopefully have funding again, but she's gonna check with the higher bids by getting that playground equipment.
So you may come up with that piece of equipment.
And that's a big set.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So did you ever get to
And when would we know?
We won't know until we know.
Okay.
You know how that
So
stuff goes.
Mm-hmm.
That's government and
Mm-hmm.
private organization.
hopefully that grant goes through that's coming for the playground equipment with T-Mobile. Hopefully that comes through at the same time with everything.
Next.
That was the only three things.
Oh,
You only said you
no.
had three things.
No. Well, so I went over 3 things already. Sign at the highway. He left.
with Ross, you were talking to?
Yeah, somebody was. I can't remember who said they were going to get in touch and see if we needed this. Somebody said that we couldn't do it. Somebody said we did, and we were going to figure out if we can
Come on.
be allowed.
What sign?
Oh, we had to
Well,
submit
it's time.
we had to submit what we were wanting to do, the mock-up
Mhm.
and everything like that to Ross, and he would get it to whoever, and then they would get us approval, I believe.
Well, that's what I first initially heard.
That's what I thought
But
too.
then, do you remember what happened with the welcome sign out there? What the deal was with that?
That did not come up, I'm sorry to say, during the meeting we had with Ross. We was working on other MDOT problems.
But what was the issue? I know when I talked to Ross, he said just submit.
He will say that in the very beginning, submit any application or any permit to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing he told us with the road when we said, go ahead with the property. Okay. What I was told was you can't put any type of welcome sign on the right of way. Then somebody made a comment before, the second comment was no one could put on private property because it obstructs the view or something. So the question is still up in the air. We need to try to find the application or permit to see what they would allow or not allow. They wouldn't even let us put one over to the side where the parking lot is,
Right.
where they made that parking.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't let us. We tried bushes last year. We tried to do wildflowers last year and signage.
On the middle.
Yeah, they wouldn't even let us put anything over there.
MDOT.
Well, that was for security reasons, I believe. But I would say that we go ahead and decide on a mock-up
Okay.
and submit it to Ross. And then, this is what we want. Tell us the allowable size. That way we could go ahead and either get it printed or get it cut.
Mm-hmm.
We need one at 98 too.
If it's on city limits, we do not have to go through DOT.
But if it's
Wrong.
no, if it's that is in the city limits, but it's still their road.
Still in right of way.
Now, they say right away, this is our property, because they just said we can put a travel and move a sign around with radar telling you how fast you're going.
As
And
long as it's in the city limits.
that's right.
Yeah.
It can't be both.
Well,
So if that's in the city
That's
limits.
the only sign. What we was doing with radars
Mhm.
is a temporary thing.
I would still say that we'll start with the mock-up and see how we,
See what they say.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'm just telling you, that's the same scenario of us not having red lights here in Leakesville because Richton has it because of, the number of wrecks. Richton must have,
I must have a
Unless they
problem.
never got theirs, unless theirs was grandfathered in.
They never took them down.
ours was here too.
We had two.
No, they took ours down when that, was it the nineties or the early 2000s they took them down?
No, it was before that.
It wasn't the
When
80s.
did they take them down?
It was in the 80s.
I thought it was the 90s.
It was in the 80s.
No.
Well, we started having the population decline around the 90s. That's, if you look at our.
I don't think they've been down that long.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Because we lost, I think, a quarter of our population within 20 years. And that's one of the reasons that they removed it, because our traffic counts dropped so much.
If they go by traffic count, they ought to
Yeah, we,
put them back up.
yes.
Tell Todd to get on that board.
Yeah.
Last thing, I know we were trying to get a grant for the old bridge
Yes.
to try to do something with that. I was wanting to see if we can go ahead and get like a proposal made up. Because yeah, I know we're like wishing on a lucky star with the government and hopefully they'll
Yeah.
give us some funds. But in the meantime, at least send it out for like local companies, local businesses, local grants, that type of thing to see if we can get enough. Because that would be really cool to have for the July festivities too. I don't know if that's even possible if we got it tomorrow to be able to do it, but
Well, James and I did some initial mock-ups, I think, so it won't be hard to throw back together for what we were looking at doing.
They're going for design purposes.
yeah, well, even just like what you can do with the purposes. Like if we wanted to, we can just be all crazy and say, yeah, let's put a restaurant on that side too if we're able to do that and make it what it could possibly be. You know what I'm saying?
What we was looking at under David's advice was 2 double carports
hmm
and put a group of like 6 picnic tables on each one and then put some in the middle, separate them. So it's nothing but a sitting area.
hmm
A lot of people would drive down there and park, eat. A
hmm
lot of people go down the boat ramp and say,
And Mississippi Power would work with us lighting it. They could do the decorative lights. It's a fee for them to run power
hmm
on both sides of that anyhow.
But then we talk about too that it's more expensive to do just pedestrian than if we were able to do automobile to go across
Can't do automobile.
at all.
it's a whole different animal.
But it's cheaper
There's no
for
right of
here
way on the other side.
if we got the right way. That's what I'm saying. We're brainstorming here beautiful greatness on the other side over there and everything worked out perfectly. That proposal.
Right.
hmm But we are trying to raise money to achieve to get a right of way and all the way from purchasing land and I mean the whole 9 yards. Now we can break it down, but
Oh, and also go ahead and include the footpath and stuff you're talking about as well. Okay. We'd have to add that in there because we already have the cost of property around us. We just have to basically knock it down into how many acres.
now we'll do phases. I mean, so they
Yeah.
can see just for bridge if we just did pedestrian right now. Next step, next step.
Yeah, because then we'd have to do the bridge, then we'd have to do the travel down, then we would have to do the walking path, because the walking path is,
But it won't be it won't be an automobile.
it depends on what you do, because, we're looking at,
Golf cart.
off-road. That, it had to be some type of ramp. But we'd also have to do,
If you start with the golf carts, y'all might have to pass ordinance on golf carts inside the city limits that we don't have now.
well,
Then you're gonna be limited to all the 4-wheelers and the sideways.
Well, George was really gung ho about getting that done for Leakesville. So, and I don't know about y'all, but I don't see a problem with golf carts as long as they're
I don't know.
properly modified to go on, because we already have people riding around on golf carts, but they don't have safety harnesses, they don't have lights,
Blinkers.
blinkers, anything like that. And we could even require that they are tagged or permitted. So,
Like Don's. Don's is legal, road legal, tagged, blinkers, lights.
I mean, that's something to think about because, I mean, you already have that and that's, I mean,
I don't have a problem with them.
I
But
mean,
you're talking about extreme amount of money trying to figure out a ramp for
Golf carts.
golf carts going off that because it's steep.
yeah, we have to, but that's part of what you're talking about. We have to decide the appropriate slope. Then we have to get, engineering guesswork,
We have to build a
roundabout.
roundabout, build it. I mean,
well, yeah, and the two, we're spending a ton of money just for engineering, just for pedestrian walking, and it's actually cheaper to do some type of vehicle. Is it going to equal out cost wise?
I don't know if they're gonna classify the golf carts as a roadway bridge.
Yeah.
If they have ACU.
Well, my whole thing is just to get a proposal so we can start sending to local, like instead of waiting. Just kind of get word out, try to maybe get money.
I like that idea, and I would just ask for it, you know, like they've got, you see these signs in the county, it's got the Basila district down here, these nice mock-ups get people excited, and it might build buzz and momentum. I think we need to, beggars, let's get with the here, let's get some nice mock-ups. Sorry.
Well, and that goes back to a question we had on Facebook a while ago. I just answered it myself because we were talking about those stuff. They were wanting to know where we were on the commercial property out there. And, you know, I just replied back, we're still waiting on the water and wastewater model from engineers because we can't get anything built out there until we can run sanitary water and, you know, do something with sanitary wastewater as well as, the addition of the whole property right next to it. So, I mean, it's still in the work, but the speed in which government works, unfortunately, is, slow.
We'll get that mock-up for you, show you what, like the bathroom setup we wanted to put up there. But we did it all as a pedestrian thing.
Okay. I do know that reminded me, sorry. Richard mentioned a long time ago about those bathrooms, but they were actually storm shelters.
Yeah.
That grant's going out, so if that's something we wanted to do.
That's a different grant that we was looking at.
Okay, well then never mind.
That grant there, I've been told by the supervisor, has been a lot of hoops to jump through.
Okay, I'm not worried about it, but I'm just.
Yeah.
Because I know, I think the
That's
county
the
was.
FEMA one that they've been working on for 2.5 years.
Yeah. Which, like I said, I think the county's was doing something with that too, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Ones we was looking at was actually a company out of North Mississippi that we was gonna revisit that one in January when the tax money comes in. We sit down and look and see what y'all wanted to do as storm shelters in the city.
I'm done. Sorry.
Maybe 3 minutes?
Yep, that was it. Sorry.
Mr. Joe?
All the thing is, they put that water thing out there, ditches and them tip.
But what?
The flush valve at Dickey.
No, not yet.
Are they going to?
Not going to yet.
Okay. And I know that she was talking about them lights in town and school lights.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I ain't badly mistaken, the state didn't put them up.
No,
Not
I
at the
didn't
junior
get that.
high.
Not at the junior high.
Huh?
Not at
Not
the junior high.
No. What about not at junior high?
They didn't put them up at the junior high.
Because there's a lot of businesses paid to get them put up.
Yeah.
Yes, and so they're looking to see if the state, they did the ones at the high school and
Oh,
the
okay.
middle school. So they're looking to see if they can replace those. Because those are solar powered and the ones that they have that are messed up now is going to cost a lot of money because they run underground. Mm-hmm.
Hang on.
We can loan them some sunshine.
You through there?
Done, sir.
You just burn it?
Yeah, I got them, I'm gonna put them signs on your truck.
Oh, we're gonna get them,
I've been having 2 or 3 weeks, man.
I know, hopefully I can get it done by this Friday, this coming Friday.
But you want me to take some time out my business schedule and come down and put them signs on that truck to get it done? And it's city property, so we need to make sure it's recognized.
Well, I done the last two, and just I guess it takes time to fix stuff even sometimes.
Well, I tell you
You've
what,
been having about 3 weeks since you regular month.
no, not for
Mine is 2 weeks.
But what you could do is, you could go out there to Kevin's and just say wax on, wax off and help David put them on.
Now, when you drive up to the hospital, they gonna operate on you that day?
It all depends on what the circumstances
Yeah,
are.
man. But, it's gonna get done this week. I ain't get done.
But seriously, we got to do something with the tire box up there. Now, you say you're gonna talk to them. Cause the sister want our property cleaned up.
I don't imagine she likes that.
You might have somebody be the
Regina.
Well, he hot-headed now.
Regina Ball.
I got good rapport with him.
Yeah, well,
I got good rapport with him.
Okay.
I ain't never got no.
I just want
They never heard to take back though.
Yeah. Well, then you have to defend that.
Up there by
Last time I cleaned him up, I had to put him in jail.
junkyard.
They need to be cleaned up.
Regina
know.
Boggs, it's her
I know.
property,
I mean,
and it's
I
his,
know. You got
it's her
anything?
brother that's
That's it.
opening it up.
That's the
Yeah.
fact.
I'll get it put on the truck. I got some bug shields. I got 2 bug shields to go on them trucks.
They're not expensive at all. They're a matte rubber. They'll glue the right to the front of the end. The paint's coming off the hood. We can cover that and put a bug shield on, say, little buckets right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't wait 10 years to get a little bit of paint on the hood.
I think so.
Even though the mayor's a painter, huh?
I do have one more thing.
Yeah, easier about it.
The flag banner,
Yes.
did that come in? The banner? Didn't we get a new banner or am I crazy?
No, we have a flag. It's here.
Okay.
It's in the closet.
I feel like we should get updated pictures for the website. So I feel like one of our meetings we need to schedule one.
Well, I put a question mark on our
Is
workshop
Mama still living?
because it is close to the holiday.
Help fading in the back.
So I didn't know if you
She's still
wanted
at
to
home?
meet for your workshop and we could schedule that. And
I just hadn't seen
Yeah,
it.
I help come.
haircuts it up or whatever y'all want to do. You know, Joe put some lipstick on.
That's the 16th.
Yeah.
I just heard that part. What would you say?
What?
Haley wants to go ahead and get updated pictures of everybody, so we're trying to schedule a time. I know it's the holidays, so it's hard to get everybody together. So,
If we can do it on the night of the workshop of this month.
or you know,
When is that?
16th.
it's the 16th. I mean, y'all could come in and just one at a time during the day, and we could take your pictures. Because what we had thought about was taking them basically from where the camera is now, so the seal and the photo is in the background, and we would put your nameplate in it as well. I mean, it'll be on the website, but it's a nice
Mhm.
touch.
And then also, can we advertise for website marketing person looking out?
If y'all are gonna make it a motion.
Okay.
This,
Yeah.
Oh.
Or
All right.
Mr. Name don't do it anymore.
Sean has been working on it, but Sean has been doing hard and heavy on BSO. She's the top performing BSO officer in the state right now.
Right.
So she has been working on it, but
Yeah, I knew.
she's also had surgery and some other stuff.
I know.
Is she good with us doing that though? Or we need to?
If you tell her what you want her to do, she will take care of it.
No, well, like, is she good if we did find somebody?
Oh yeah, she said that it would be okay. I mean, I talked to her. I didn't want her to feel that we were trying to take it or anything like that. But I want her, and she knows this, to focus on the veteran service because they actually went out to the prison, and there are tons of veterans out there that are not getting their benefits. Because they've never been offered that as part of the incarceration. You're in SMCI?
Yeah, well, program.
So can I make a motion to advertise somebody for, part-time website, social media, Facebook, to keep that up to date, post our stuff that we need.
Get the bridge on.
We'll figure that out later.
I'll second it.
Gary, you got anything you want to say?
I will second it.
Motion.
Yeah, you got a motion on the table.
And shoot a
She's making a
second.
motion.
I did not.
Just let
I
me
hear you say second.
All in favor?
Will somebody please wake the mayor up? Get him some coffee.
She said second.
I second it.
He get like Jimmy Breel on that.
Well, see what it is when it was Miss Karen's turn, he started talking about bug shields, and then Miss Karen lost her time.
All in favor, say aye.
Hey,
Aye, it. I should think it is.
Miss Karen.
Well, I don't know. Is it on that low?
Might be what the problem is.
Yeah. Karen was wondering why you're not at work.
I honestly didn't. Anyway, you got anything?
You had something else on your mind, probably.
You got anything you want to say?
No, I don't think I do today. I did want to ask.
Oh,
Thought you was gonna get by, didn't you? 3rd Street over there where they dug up that street, you know, for that water leak. That was when Roger fixed it. Have y'all got coal mix to, or
Yeah.
able to fix that?
Yeah.
I know it's cold and
I've been putting it out on some of these water leaks like Jackson Avenue.
Okay.
Filling them in, packing them in.
but
Now we need some again on it.
yeah, because they dug it up and
I'll
it's
give it
like
make sure it's hard
that-
to enough.
red dirt is kind of doing this. And,
I'll talk to Levi about going over there and checking on it. Get it
Okay.
in.
okay. All right. Just wanted to remind you that.
Okay. We need to go into executive session.
And
Oh, you got something else then?
that speed bump that's there,
Mhm.
it's right there.
Can we check it out?
Yeah, because it don't do no good.
You put that on South Davis.
Because, I mean, nobody there actually asked for it. I'm the one that asked for
Or
it
you can
because they
move it right
fly.
out here.
It's where they fly up and down that road, but
Is that what that shoe is?
it don't do any good. They you know, they just fly over it. So
Hold on.
You have to
Make a motion, yeah.
make a motion.
Can I add to it, make a motion to move it over here?
You have to get a petition and get all your neighbors, make sure everything's okay.
I'm going to make a motion to remove that speed bump on 3rd Street in front of Sandy James's house.
Second, Joe.
Second.
All in favor? Ayes have it. Say I can hear again.
We won't go there.
You know, Erie did have somebody come in and test their hearing today. I could get the phone number for him.
We could just get him some miracle ears.
Okay, sure.
All right, we go into executive session.
Gotta go in closed session first.
I make a motion, we go into close.
Second.
Economic development.
Wait, all in favor?
Wake him up.
I'm reading.
No, not anything yet.
All in favor?
Ah,
Ah,
It's the one that we're in the executive session. The reason for the executive session is the upcoming bicentennial celebration. There are a few things we need to talk about until it's released to the vote. Well, y'all need to go into executive session first. So we're just announcing the reason because we don't have an ordinance.
okay.
So that's
Well,
what it's for.
Got the
I make a motion,
camera
we
off.
go into executive session.
second.
All in favor?
Ah.
Ayes have it.
All right.
Got the
Thank you
camera.
all for joining us and turning in next month.
Thanks.